Hello, today we're going to be doing a video for all the mothers of the bride and mothers of the groom. I've had some requests of people asking me to do a tutorial on how to get ready for their son or daughter's wedding. So this is going to be a video of a full makeup video. And any of you that are interested, I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite products too that are in my pro kit that I use when I do wedding makeup, bridal makeup. All right, so let's get started. The first thing that I do for bridal makeup is prep the skin. So I have all my serums on, I have my skincare on. If you don't have a good skincare routine, you should start one at least 6 months before, the closest 3 months before. Really get your skin looking good, because then your makeup and everything else is going to look that much better for that special day. And if you need any help with skincare, let me know too. I can really help you get a really good, simple, affordable routine that you can do that's not like 1,000 products. You can just do a really basic routine that's going to get your skin looking really nice. So the first thing that I'm going to do today is put on some primer. Now, if it's not a really hot day, maybe you don't need it, but if you have a long, a lot of times you get ready early, you have hours and hours and hours ahead of you. So I do suggest a primer. And two of my favorite are the Milk. This is a more natural, I guess is the word, primer. And my other one is this one by Milk too, and it's a pore blurring primer. So these are both really great. They're really great with the makeup that I use. I really love them. So let's start. I'm going to use this one today, but they're both really good, and they're both by Milk Cosmetics. I'm putting like this much in my hand, and then I just dot it on. Do your neck too, anywhere that you're going to put makeup, and then just rub it in like a moisturizer all over. Rub it in really well. And this is the first thing I do, even before my BB cream, like my sunscreen tinted moisturizer. First step. And this also helps with the transfer of makeup too. So the primer really keeps the makeup, helps it from not transferring onto anything else. Okay, so then you can just let that dry. And the next thing that I'm going to use is my Youth BB Cream. This has an SPF 30. I recommend a BB cream with an SPF in it, especially in the summer if you're outside doing pictures and things like that. Protect your skin. It's also a great first step to your makeup, just getting your skin like really evened out. It's really light. Again, it's moisturizing. And I would say, like, when you get out of the shower, like, do your moisturizer, let it really sink in, because you don't want like too much moisture on your skin when you start your makeup, because you don't want it like sliding off or anything. So give it at least like 15-20 minutes to sink in before you start this makeup routine. So I'm putting it everywhere, even like over my eyes. I'm bringing it down in my neck. We want our face to match our neck. We don't want, we call in the industry, a floating head, your face to look different than the rest of your body. We want it all to be harmonious and like blend in together. If you're going to have, I have necklaces on, I probably should have taken them off, but if you're going to have an open neck in your dress, I would bring it down here too. Just to even out in here and have your décolleté looking really beautiful too. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Your shoulders too. And if you have arms too, I'm going to show you some products for that too. So we have that on. The next thing I use is my Plush Prep Prep Mist from Seint. It's like a hydrating mist, but it's even better because it has hyaluronic acid in it, which really plumps your skin up. So I really give that a good pump. And then I have a fan, usually. I don't know where it is. I should have got it out. I think it's in my kit. And I just let that dry. And that is like my prep. And then we're going to get into makeup. Oh, the other really important thing to do is an eye primer. This is by Urban Decay. It's the anti-aging eye primer. It's my favorite. It's the only one I use. I absolutely love it. And it just keeps your eye makeup perfect for all day, all night, for hours and hours. It's really pretty. Your eye makeup won't crease. It doesn't go anywhere. It looks just like it did when you put it on. So I just put that on now too. And the first thing I usually do when I'm doing bridal makeup on people is I do their eyes first, because if there's any fallout or you make a mistake and you want to fix it, you're not like messing with any of your other makeup. You're not going to have to go back in and fix what you've already done, like if you have to wipe things off and things like that. So I just think it's a really good way to go, is to do your eye makeup first. And I'm going to start with my conceal. I'm using medium, which I use for most all of the mature women like myself. It has like a little peach tint to it. It's a powder to cream concealer. This is like my favorite one to use. Of course, you can use whatever one that you love, but this is the one I love. I'm using this brush. It has a nice round end. It's from Seint. If you need help with any of this, let me know. I'll put it all in the comments section or in the description of what I'm using, so you'll know. But you can always reach out to me if you want to. So what I'm doing is I'm using this brush. I'm just tapping into my conceal, and I'm tapping it into the corner of my eye where we all have that dull purple, and I'm just eliminating that. Always start at the darkest spot, and then I just kind of bring it down. I have a vein here, so I'm just going into that. I'm not going really close up into my eye because I don't need it there, and I'm pretty bright under my eyes. And that's all I'm going to do. If you don't need to use a lot of product under your eyes to brighten, I wouldn't. As we age, we get, a little bit more crepey under there. It can really age you. There is a light if you do need a little bit more. If you do have some darkness, you could go in with the medium and then just and I would start down here with the light and then just bring it up. So you just have like a really light coverage here. That's what I would do with that, because we don't want a lot of product under our eye. So the next thing I'm going to do are my eyes. I have like blue-green eyes. This is a combination that I use on so many people. It's kind of, honestly, my everyday eyeshadow too. So it's super easy. You could make it smoky if you want. It really looks pretty on all color eyes. And you can use this formula with any palette that you do. Always start with the lightest, and then you're gonna go with the darkest in the corner. So I'm gonna show you. So I am going to use my eyeshadow everything brush. I am going in here to this color called Sabrina. It has like a little bit of shimmer. And again, I'm gonna bring it into this corner of my eye because it's gonna help open up my eye and brighten it up even more. So I'm going in here, and then I'm going to go into Cupcake, which is pretty much the same color. It just doesn't have any shimmer to it. It's matte. And I'm going to go all over my eye with this. So with the primer and this, you're really getting a clean slate because our eyes have pigment in them. So you're going to really get the most bang for your buck with your pigments and your color. And another recommendation I have, this is still the eyeshadow everything brush. I use two, one just the black one just for my light, like this, and then this for my colors. Always start light and you can go darker. That's the hardest thing with eyeshadow. If you're going too dark, it's the blending that takes forever. So I always go light, and then if I need to, I can build upon it. So I'm going to use this color right here called Mama. It's It's this beautiful pinky mauve color. I just go in, I always tap out, and actually this isn't my ad, it's a spot brush. Sorry, I'm gonna do the same thing, tap out. I start right in the center where I want the most pigment because I'm gonna bring it to both sides. And I'm just doing like these circular motions. Always go up more on the outer corner here because again, it's an illusion of lifting your eye. So that is just Mama. Do the same thing on this side. And this is just a beautiful color combination. I love it so much. And then you could just stop there and do your shimmer if you want like a really light eye. I am gonna go into London, which I have here, which is beautiful with, oh no, that's Mama. Oh, the other thing is this color Lili. You could mix the two of these, which is really pretty. And I do that all the time too. And it just really makes your eyes pop. And then I'm gonna go into here to London, which is like a deeper color. For the corner of my eye, I'm gonna use the little shorter end of my brush. It's more dense. I, again, am gonna tap it into that corner right there. And I'm gonna go into the crease a little bit. And this just gives it a little depth. And this is where you can make it like really smoky, depending on what time your wedding is or the look that you're going for. I'm gonna keep it a little more on the light side. I love natural glowy dewy makeup. Glam is great too, but my go-to is more of a natural glam or natural look. And then you can take a little bit of that London too and just bring it underneath for like a soft eyeliner. Because again, for mature eyes, we do not want a lot of heaviness on the bottom because we want to open our eyes up, not bring them down. So that's basically it. And then you can pick whatever shimmer you want. I'm going to pick this shimmer. Let's see. I'll do, what is this one? There's Crush, Peppa, Soulmate, Bend and Snap. They're all beautiful with this combination. I use my finger because so much of the product gets lost in the brush when you use your brush. And I literally do a good amount of pressure and put it on. Then go back in with your eyeshadow everything brush with the fluffy end and just blend that in. And that's just basically it. And then I am going to use an eyeliner on the top. Bronze Richie by Urban Decay is beautiful with this. This is Mushroom, which is beautiful. Cool Coyote. This is the Bronze Richie. You could do a purple like Prune in Urban Decay. So many different ones you can use. I'm going to use Mushroom today. It's a 24/7 eyeliner. It's waterproof. It's so good. I am going to start right here at the top of my lash at the outer corner, and I'm going to do like where the end of my tail of my brow is. I'm going to do a flick up there. I'm not doing like a wing, but if you can see, it's up. So it's going to pull my eye up. I don't want anything too crazy. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, that little flick up. You can also take your finger and kind of go like that if you want it longer. It's so easy. You got to do it right away though. I'm going like right into my lash line, all the way down here. If you want, you can go into your waterline if you can do that. And just see that? My eyes are just like popping. They're starting to like really pop. And then if you need to curl your lashes, just go in, give them a couple pumps, makes a huge difference, gives them that lift. And then always use a waterproof mascara. So important. This is Cleantopia Waterproof Mascara by CoverGirl, the pink with the green top waterproof, the old school. I use that all the time too. It's great. It really does the trick. So this is from my Pro Kit. So I'm just going to go in with a disposable wand, and I start at the base of my lashes and I go back and forth. I really want to get like a good amount in the base of my lashes because it's going to make your lashes look longer, give you a pop, using the tip of your brush. So good to get into those little corners. Give yourself a few coats. You really want your lashes to pop. So I just got some underneath my eye, so it's always good. That's why I do my eyes first instead of last, and I don't have to disrupt my whole makeup and start over with the base. And I can just go in and clean it up. So easy. And then I'm going to do the other side. Same thing from the base out. And you can do a few coats depending on how you like your lashes. If you want to do, it's really hard to do strip lashes on yourself. I have a super hard time doing them on myself. I'm so easy to do them on somebody else. So if you're doing your own makeup, I would just stick to doing a few coats of mascara. If you need a little bit more lash, I would get the clusters of like 3 and just pop like 1, 2, 3. And they come, like when you get them, there's like different sizes. So smaller, you know, medium. You don't want the long ones on the end. You want shorter on the ends, and then they get longer as you go in to the center. So that's a little tip. And the other thing is, if you do have disposable wands, you can, piece of hair on that, you can go in to use it to separate your lashes if they start to get clumpy. And I see a little dot that I got up here too. I can just go in, you know, if you get it right away, it's so easy to get it off. So you can see how that just really opens my eyes. And on the bottom, I'm going to go in right towards my lash line. I'm using the end of the brush, and I'm just tapping into my lash line and bringing it down. I have long lashes on the bottom. I don't want those to be too heavy either, but I want a little something there to pop my eye. So I just like to coat them with kind of one coat, make sure they're separated. I'm gonna go in with this spoolie and just make sure they're all separated. See that? And my eyes so popped. It has a little depth here from the London that I did the little darker on the end. And again, like I was saying, you can use any color combination, whatever you're using, just use the same formula and it will work really beautifully. So that's my eyes. That's done. And that's like literally the hardest part, I feel like, is your eyes. And so once that's done, the rest goes really fast. So next is your contour. Don't be afraid of your contour. It's really your friend. So I'm going into my contour here. I'm using Seint. This is what I used in my Pro Kit. If you have the sticks or something different, you're going to do the same thing. I'm using this contour brush by Seint. It's really amazing. Perfect for contour. But you're going to do a rainbow on your forehead. Contour is cool. You put it where you already have the shadows on your face. It's just going to really give you that like lift, like a little facelift. If you go too far, cream makeup's so forgiving. You can just go in and like clean it up. And I do my contour first because I don't want a lot of layers on my skin. I want it to be minimal. It's gonna last longer. It's gonna look more natural. It's not going to age me. And then I'm gonna do my jawline. If you're somebody that has jowls, you go underneath when you're doing contour, like under here. If you have jowls, come up a little on your jowls because that's what contour does, it recedes. So the darkness is gonna pull them back. And then I always like to do the sides of my throat. I think that's really nice. And you're always gonna blend it into your neck. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to use this blush and bronzer brush. I'm going to use the smaller, denser end to do my bronzer. I'm using Tanlines here. Whatever your bronzer is, you're going to tap it in on the sides of your forehead like a, you know, the brush goes here, like right above your arch. If you have some illuminator and you want it a little glowy, you could tap into the illuminator, which I have here, and do both. You don't want to be, you want a little bit of glow, but not too much, because on camera it's too much, doesn't look good. So less is more with that too. I'm gonna put a little on my nose, my cheeks, like wherever the sun would hit you. If you're gonna have your dress showing here, you should always have a shirt on that you can button to take it off when you get your hair done, things like that. But you want to do whatever's going to show like in here too, so it all kind of is cohesive. So that's the bronzer. And then next I'm going to go in with the same end and I'm going to do my blush. 2 fingers back. You don't want it too close. It's going to make your nose look better. It's going to drag your face down. We're trying to give ourselves that lift. So I'm going to go in with the smaller end and I'm just going to tap in, and I'm using a matte, more of a matte. It's cream, so it's not like matte, but it's not glossy or anything like that. It's satin finish. I don't want to use like a glossy on my cheeks. That's more for like lips. So I'm just tapping and giving myself a beautiful flush. One of my recommendations for that day is to go a little more with the blush than you would normally do, because you have a long way to go and you want it to show in pictures. And if you're going to be out in the bright sunlight getting your pictures, you want a little bit more makeup than you normally have. As the day goes on, it's going to just become a part of your skin. It's going to be really beautiful, so natural. But to start, you want it a little bit brighter. Does that make sense? And I'm sure you could see that when I did it in the camera. I wish I had done one side, but with the bright light on, it just kind of fades away. So in pictures, when you're standing back and the sun's on you, you want a little more flush in your cheeks than normal. It's still going to be beautiful, not clown-like, but you know what I mean, just like this. And then if you want a little illuminator, this is a great place to put it. So I'm using the edge of my brush and I'm just going kind of like where my brow is here and tapping in here, and it gives that a little bit of illumination and creates that dewy look without being too shiny. And if you want a little illuminator just for places, it's pretty on the end of your nose and the bow of your lip, I'll show you. Next, we're gonna go into our brightening highlight. We're gonna tap in. Again, I'm using that denser end. I love this blush and bronzer brush. There's different brushes. Denser brushes are much heavier coverage. I think this is the perfect coverage, perfect for cream makeup, for this makeup. And I'm just gonna tap in the center of my forehead with my lighter of my highlights or foundations, whatever you wanna call it. The center of your face should have the lighter because you want it to come forward. If you have marionette lines, tap right into those with the lighter, because as the contour recedes things, the highlighter, the lighter is going to bring it forward. So it's going to bring those forwards and make them disappear. And now I'm going into the darker of my 2 highlights or foundation. They're right next to each other. I'm going to tap into that. I'm going to go under my contour line. And you see now, like, I'm just doing 1 layer of makeup. And I can be as light or as heavy-handed with it as I want. I can, if I have certain spots where I need to build upon it, I can do it in those certain spots. This is a little more in depth, but I have a little bit of sun damage there. And I like to go into my demi, which is a whole other thing. But I do that on clients too, and I'm just gonna tap into that and it's gone. So that is like my whole face. Brows, don't forget your brows. They age you. If you don't have, do your brows, I have mine microbladed, but they like literally frame your face, and I still do them. It's so important, especially if you're fair. It just really makes such a huge difference, and it can still be really natural, but you just really want to do that. And then I love to go in, I love the Anastasia Brow Gel. It will really laminate them. It's really beautiful. If you want like a more natural, where is it? Seint has one that's great. Here it is. And it's not as, you know, firm. I mean, it's a great hold. It's just not as like laminating. And I'm going to do that. And again, these are like little things, but it's a big day and they make such a big difference. So I'm just brushing that in. So easy. The next thing that I'm going to do is I am going to set my makeup. I'm going to set it, and then I'm going to go in with the finishing powder, and I'll show you how to do that. So my favorite setting sprays are this one size. Amazing. Your makeup's not literally going to go anywhere. So good. And you can get it in a big one. You can also get it in like their smaller travel size, which is great if you don't wear it all the time. The Milk makeup one, super good too. And Charlotte Tilbury, also a great one. These are all going to really hold your makeup. I love this one. I love the mist on this one. These, a lot of times you have to go in with your blending brush and like spray it because the spray dies or it's not as strong, but it's amazing. Not Charlotte Tilbury though. Their spray's really good too. So here I'm going to go in, hold my breath. Woo! Give myself a really good spray. And I did my chest too, because I don't want that to transfer on my dress. So you really want to do that really well too. At this point, you could go in with a blending sponge. That's all the way. You put it underwater, squeeze it out so it's damp. You never use it dry. It'll just take your makeup off. You can tap that in after you do your setting spray, just further blending your makeup into your skin, your neck, your décolleté. It feels really good and relaxing. One thing that I didn't do that I forgot, I'm going to go back with my contour brush into my contour right here, into my ash, and I'm going to contour my nose. I start right here where my brow is, and I come down the bridge of my nose to the tip. This is basic nose contouring, so easy. Another brush that's really good to use for it is this one, perfect size. If you don't have the detail brush. And that just really slims out my nose, really nice. And then I'll go in, I'll spray a little of this setting spray on it. And tap that on so it doesn't go anywhere. And so that's my setting spray. We're almost done. I know this is a long video, but it's a full makeup video. It's all the things. So next I'm going to go in, excuse me, with my setting powders. So I love cream makeup because it's dewy and it's beautiful and it's youthful and it makes your skin look so pretty. So we did the setting spray. We have mature skin. We're not oily. We don't need to like powder down. But we do want it to last. So this is just for weddings. It's another layer. So I'm going to go in with this smaller brush. And I'm using the Huda Beauty Original bronzer. This is just a little trial one too. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to go where I put my cream bronzer. And I'm just going to do little circles, like kind of down as like a C into my cheek. And this is kind of like my setting powder for that. So it's not like a white, like it's still beautiful and luminescent. But it's just really giving it that extra. And then for my cheeks, you could use a powder blush. In my kit, I have this pretty pink eyeshadow called Paris. It's perfect for me. So I'm going to use that. I'm actually use this smaller side of the brush to get in there because it's smaller. And I'm just going to kind of go over my blush lightly with that. And this is extra. You don't have to do this, but if you really want your makeup to last, it's really a smart thing to do. See that? Still luminescent and really pretty. And then the last thing I'm going to do is go into my setting powder. Seint has a great one in here. I love it. So good. And that would work great if you have the Seint makeup. Laura Mercier, great for mature skin. My favorite besides Seint for mature skin. Fit Glow Beauty, really natural one. Also really nice. And I'm just going to do like my T-zone, my neck, and my décolleté with this setting powder. So I tap into it. I like to use this. I don't like too much. And I just want to make sure for camera, I don't like too shiny. And I'm literally just going into my T-zone like that. And then you can bring it down into your neck. And that's it. That's everything. And you're like makeup ready. Oh, besides your lips. So for lips, I highly recommend getting a pencil that will match your lip stain, whatever that is. Always have your lip color. So I'm going to use this Seint lip stain. This is Poppy. It's really pretty. So I am going to use under it this Urban Decay 24/7, and it is called, oh my God, Double Team. Really pink, like Barbie pink. And I'm going to put it on like a lipstick. On dry lips. I really want it to stay for a really long time. Charlotte Tilbury Pillar Talk's really pretty. That also comes in trial sizes. Really beautiful for brides, Mother of the Brides. Really natural, pretty look too. I highly recommend that one. And then this is kind of bright, but I just wanted to show you. And this is a lip stain. So it will stay on my lips and stain my lips. But you still should have these two in your bag for like after you eat. So whether it's a lip stain, the Charlotte Tilbury, whatever lip color that you pick, make sure you have them. And a lot of them you can get in a trial size, like in the teenies. Like I'll show you the Charlotte Tilbury quick. I mean, that is like my most popular lip colors. But you can get them and they're like teeny little lipstick size. This is like teeny. I don't know if it shows up on here how small it is, but they're great to put in like your little clutch for the day too. But that's what you need is your lip in there. And then you are all set for your wedding and your makeup will last you all day long and it'll be gorgeous. And it's that easy, so you can follow along. Also a little extra, this is Say it is a glowy for your skin. So if you want, like you have a sleeveless dress and you want your arms to look really pretty, my favorites are Star Glow and Rose Glow. There's also, if you're tan, there's Warm Glow and Sun Glow. I'm going to put, I am not tan, I am white. So I'm going to use the Rose Glow, a couple pumps on, and just rub that in. It just gives this beautiful sheen to your arms. It makes your skin look really beautiful. So I love to do this on Mother of the Grooms and Mother of the Brides, or even on the brides. It's really, really pretty. And you can do it on your décolleté if you want to, if that's going to be showing. Really beautiful to do it in here too. And you can use, you know, you don't need to use a lot. And it's really pretty. And again, if your collarbone's showing here too, you could do a little of that illuminator that you put on your cheeks. Go into that. I have it in rose gold. Just put your shoulder up like this and you go right on that collarbone And then when your dress on and things like that with the lights, it just looks really, really beautiful. So let's see. All these, now I should not have worn all these layers of necklaces. But anyways, that's it. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll list the products that I used in the details in the description. But if you have any questions, let me know. And I hope that helps, and I hope you can follow along. I know it's a long video, but it does take, you know, if you're doing like a full face of makeup for a wedding or something, it is going to take you more than, you know, 5 or 10 minutes. And you should put in that little bit of extra time for that special day. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.